What do we got going on today, guys? We got this older Opti in that one of our clients has as backup for their tournament boats they run the tarpon tournaments of, and the compressor broke off these studs. There's one here. I already drilled that one out, got that reinstalled, and now I'm drilling out this one right here. So it's fun, tedious. You got to take your time and go slow. We got our lube to keep the bits cool. We got our bits, air to blow the hole out, and there's our tap. So slow and steady wins the race on this one. Take your time, don't fight it. If you're in a bad mood, step away and do something different. Words of advice. So we're gonna get this thing back together here. Stay tuned. We got the new studs in. Time for the new gasket and exhaust plate. Do it. All right, well, we got our new water jacket on. Tabs are sitting out. So now we'll start the process of bolting the water jack back in place. New gaskets on and all that. So just want to make sure we pre-fitted this. We had to tweak these a little bit because they weren't quite centered in the original holes, but they're good now. So there we go. Right, we got all our bolts torqued down. Now we got to pull this piece off the old one, this one here, and before we put anything else on, we're going to put new plugs on the block so it's easier to get to. These Optimaxes, if you notice, they're in there pretty good. They're a pain in the butt sometimes to replace, so we're going to take care of that first. All right, guys, got a little tip for you on these Optimaxes. Got our new plugs. With all this stuff gone, it's easy to get to the holes, obviously. I could just thread in there, no problems. That one's going in. But say you have the coils, everything in the way, take a piece of 3/8 fuel line that fits right on the plug, nice and snug, and look at that, you're able to turn it in. It's flexible, and once you get it in, because the last thing you want to do is cross thread these plugs. So you do is it fits literally perfectly on there, just like so. Come to the coil. You're not going to be able to cross thread it because if you start, it's just going to slip. So pull it out and rethread it or redo it. Just get a perfect spot. See, now it's in there. This is spinning now. I can put my wrench in there and tighten it. Little tip for you guys. Plugs are all in. We also, when we had it apart, these temperature sensors are known to cause problems, so we put 2 new temp sensors on each head. So, all right, next step is either do the coils or the compressor. Probably gonna vote the compressor first. That way I just make sure everything lines up. All right, guys, so the top screws were pretty gnawed up and everything, so we had to drill them out, and we're gonna put helicoils in there now. So they're all drilled out and tapped for the helicoils to go in. So we buy them in a kit. It comes with all the stuff to install them, the correct bits, taps, and all that. And then the special tool, you just put them in there and they go down in the hole. There you go, one down. There you are. New threads in. Boom. Perfect. Alright guys, so we got her pretty much all back together. Got the compressor on. Did a pop-up valve that's down in here. Took care of that. And many of you guys know, but you guys get an Optimax. This right here pulls out, and it's a strainer, and that gives water all the way out to the compressor, and then the compressor dumps it out here and goes out the pisser. So if you're having an overheat problem and you guys can pop a valve, water pump, all that stuff, and you're not getting good water pressure up to the compressor, check out that. Like I said, you just pull this hose off. I believe it's a 15mm socket could fit on there, deep. Pull it out, and it was caked, and this one had a bunch of dried up stuff because the motor's been sitting. But got our belt on, compressor's dialed in, put a new hose on here, and that's all done. So, a couple more things to go.